Hi everybody, this review is on the new horror film Smile 2. So the plot of this movie is this pop singer named Sky Riley, played by Naomi Scott, is struggling with a really bad personal life after a car crash killed her boyfriend. And she's a big pop star and her tour's really ruined because she's been she's been heavily using drugs and really been having a lot of problems with her mental health. And once she comes across her dealer, she then sees that he's been infected with the smile curse that happened in the events of the first movie. And she of course witnesses a really horrific suicide in front of her, and she develops a lot of really bad visions of people smiling all around her. And she goes to seek help with a bunch of people, and it really affects her family because she does live with her mother, and she goes through a really bad crisis of seeing smiling people everywhere, just like in the therapist did in the first movie. So Sky goes through tries to do whatever she can to try to survive this whole curse and start up her music career again. I really had a fun time with this movie. I I guess before I should probably say what I thought of the first Smile movie. I liked it. I thought it was a really interesting story about a therapist being the victim in a kind of um, psychological horror film, because usually it's the protagonist who goes throughout all the crazy scenarios and the therapist is the actual down to earth, actual normal person. So it was kind of a interesting idea to see, a psychological aspect to horror being presented with the more considered normal characters in this type of movie. This movie, it doesn't have that same creative charm the first had by giving a certain type of character a certain story that they wouldn't normally be in, or rather a position they'd be in. But I still thought this movie was a lot of fun because, well, I think this also works in a good way because whereas the first Smile movie, it was about a therapist who sees a bunch of disturbing images of people smiling all the time. She gets really bad, psychiatric episodes. This one, it's about a pop singer, and she's not experienced with dealing with people's mental stability and their visions and their mental health. So I think that's kind of what made this film even a bit scarier, is the fact that she's just a pop singer. She's just a young star that doesn't really know anything about the human subconscious. She doesn't really know about how people's psychic works. And so I thought that's what made it a tad scarier, is the fact that she didn't know what to do. And you see her go throughout all this trouble of trying to escape having all these people smiling at her. And apparently they do give a lot of lore about the smile plague, because seeing all the people smiling everywhere, it's a plague, it's a curse, it's a disease that'll infect you and take over your mind. So I like that they added more suspense to it to make it seem more scary. Like, oh, seeing people smiling all the time, like, bruh, they're not gonna kill you. But this one, they do say like it could be fatal, like it could be a really bad scenario to be put in. So I like how they made the suspense more intense. Like they definitely made it sound more scary. The fact like you really don't want to get all these smiling people surrounding you. Like you really want to stay away from them as much as possible. And just like the first one, there is a lot of moments where the main character like just breaks down and really is terrified of all the smiling people that other normal people can't see. So yeah, they do kind of reuse that aspect, but I think it works because I liked I as I said, I like the idea of like the first movie having a therapist be who's normally the normal person having a breakdown and everyone else is the normal person. This one, it didn't work because Sky's not really a smart psychiatrist type character, but I think it worked because she's a person that a lot of people look up to, because that's what a lot of pop singers do. They kind of influence some uh, younger groups of people. So having her break down and have all these problems and leaving lots of people to think she's a bad influence and having a really bad, she's just really bad point in her career. So it's kind of like some kind of social commentary about washed up pop stars, even though I don't think that was intentional, but it kind of feels too real. So I think that's probably one of the scarier aspects of the movie is that it reminds you of some really terrible things that happen to a lot of young musicians. So yeah, in a way, it's scary in the supernatural way, but also scary when you really think about all the kind of things that happen in the music industry when it comes to younger people. So yeah, Smile 2, it's a very thrilling, good time. I had a lot of fun with it. It's not too long, but what by the time it ended, I was like, oh, that's it, because I was really enjoying it. Like I really had a fun time with this one. Of course, like I said, it's not as strong as the first, given the type of main character it has, but it uses it to its advantage and provides a lot of great scares. In fact, I think this is even, like I said, it's even scarier than the original. It's not better, but it is scarier. There's definitely a lot more blood. You see a lot more deaths, and you're like, ooh, that's pretty scary. So yeah, I think that kind of did make, well, even though it would have been great to see the first movie on the big screen, given it is the overall better movie, I think this was a really good theatrical experience having those loudspeakers, have all the suspense and have people jumping and like there isn't many there is a bit of jump scares kind of like in the first film, but it doesn't distract from the interesting premise. So Smile 2, it's a really good sequel. I didn't know if it would hold the fresh and creative charm the first movie did, and well, I guess in a lot of ways it doesn't, but it still makes for a really entertaining film in its own right, and there's a lot of things I admire that make it different from the first. And I like that it's different from the first while still giving a really unique and interesting story, even if it's doesn't tackle a lot of smart themes about, psychiatry, um, yeah, like things in your subconscious and lots of psychiatry elements to characters. But it's still a really good film, a really good horror sequel for us for a movie that could have gone either way. They did a really good successful sequel, so I don't know if we need a Smile 3, but hey, if this movie can surprise me, what the heck, I'd be open to it. Okay, the trailers I saw before the movie were Captain America Brave New World. I'm curious about it. I don't know if I'll see it, but it looks promising. I still hate that they spoiled Red Hulk in the trailer. Although maybe it's not a case like the Deadpool core and Deadpool Wolverine where they're just minor characters in one scene. Maybe Red Hulk is the actual antagonist. So I guess I shouldn't complain. But like I said, I really do get a lot of Winter Soldier vibes from this trailer, and it doesn't look like a generic, you know, another typical cookie cutter funny Guardians of the Galaxy type superhero movie. So definitely has Winter Soldier vibes of being like a spy film and also dealing with a lot of political themes. So it might be good. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. There's the Wolf. I got the Wolfman, which is a new version of the classic Wolfman storyline. I'm curious about it. It's directed by the director of The Invisible Man, which was, the first start of a new Universal monster movie reboot. And you know what? I'd be up for this one. I did really like the Invisible Man was surprisingly great. So maybe this could be another great reboot of a Universal monster movie. And because whenever Universal tries to reboot their classic monster movies, they don't always have the best start, but The Invisible Man did show promise, so hopefully this one will be good. This is a weird movie called Better Man, which uh, I don't know. I actually Googled what this was supposed to be after I got back from the movie because I didn't know what this was. This is apparently a biopic, but about a singer, and it's done with a CGI monkey. Like instead of a guy playing the singer, or even just a documentary. Well, it wouldn't be a documentary really, but like I guess it would be if it had the real person. But you know what I mean. it's a biopic about some singer, and it's a CGI monkey, and it looks like a really weird bad monkey. Like it looks cartoony. It's not like the Planet of the Apes movies where it looks real and so good. This it looks ridiculous. Like I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be weird, but this looks really weird. I don't know about this one. I mean, it's about some kind of singer I've never heard of, so it's not like I would probably be interested anyway. But yeah, I don't. I mean, it doesn't look forgettable. I guess I could say that. So yeah. And I got Gladiator 2. I still need to see the first Gladiator. I know. I haven't seen it. I know. Kill me all you want. But yeah, I really want to check it out before this movie's out because I don't want to miss this on the big screen. I think all the Gladiator fight scenes in the arenas, visuals, like would look so good on the big screen. So I don't want to miss this. So I'm excited for Gladiator 2. Hopefully, I'll see the first one within the next coming bits. So yeah, Gladiator 2, I'm definitely I wouldn't say excited because I haven't seen the first yet, but I'm really curious about this one, and I think I'll definitely see this on the big screen. But overall, Smile 2, it's really good. It doesn't top the first, like I said, obviously, but it's probably almost as good. Like the first is probably just a teeny bit better, but this one is still really fun in its own right, and I had a really good time with it. And well, it's like I said, it's scarier than the first. So if scares are all that matters to you, then I'd say go see it. If you liked the first one but didn't think it was scary enough, maybe you might like this one a little more. So yeah, Smile 2 was a really good horror film this year, and yeah, it was a good one to see right before Halloween. So yeah, I didn't see this on Halloween, but no, maybe I'll definitely probably see Venom, The Last Dance, maybe on Halloween to make up for it, even though that's not a horror film, but it's about a monster, and I saw the first Venom on Halloween, so. But anyway, yeah, this has been a good month to see a horror film, so I'm glad I got to see this on the big screen, so take care.